gets
banged around.
You know, banged around, yeah. So you have to pay the extra money to get it put into a container. And then they put a whole bunch of shipments into one huge container, and then they don't get banged around and beat up and stuff. And then if anything does happen to it, then the insurance pays for it. And then you get new ones. So, but like the bike that he's getting, it just makes me mad because he knows that the bike is coming, and he's asking people to help him buy a bike.
Better be embarrassed to be with him.
It's so funny because some of my friends are like, what the hell, Trey? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell his problem is. But you know what? You guys don't gotta leave. He's gotta leave. Because I ain't gonna put up with him treating me and Zach like shit, or treating my friends like shit, and he already knows it. He doesn't get to just be around and treat people like shit. You know, he wants to walk to work, then he can walk home from work too. So, and he's all worried about his bike. He was supposed to be pleading guilty. And so I sat there and waited and waited and waited, and he pled not guilty. Which means now we have another court date. I have to take him to court because I paid his bail because I can't afford to pay his bills. I can't afford to pay all the bills and stuff myself, and I don't think that it's fair that his mother is paying most of them. Well, as soon as I figure out how, then I will completely be done with him. But the whole thing is that, like, when I had my accident yesterday, I still don't have my name shit all organized, and so I just have the Hawaiian Kingdom driver's license, and so I got pulled over by a state cop, and they don't like the Hawaiian Kingdom driver's license, and so because it was a state cop, I got a ticket for a Hawaiian Kingdom driver's license, and so I have to go to court on the 8th for that. But I still can't do anything about it because I can't afford to get my name fixed or anything else, and you know, it's just a disaster. And so that makes Stan real happy. Like, he was so happy that day when Zach and I got back, and because I'm all upset because some kid just backed into my truck and now I got a ticket and a court date, and he's all happy now. Now you know what it feels like. And I was like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. So no, I don't know what it feels like.
You should let me kick his fucking ass. Just fucking take a good old length of pipe.
That's exactly how I feel right now. I just cannot stand him. It makes me so mad. And he was all complaining about Zach and Journey and saying how they're going to be punks, and too bad Journey's dad passed away because now he's really going to be a punk. And I told Stan, I was like, what? They don't do drugs, they don't drink alcohol, they're not out shooting people or robbing people or stealing shit. Or,
fuck, this last week I've taken up smoking though, so maybe he's right. And I was
like, anyways, so I'm like, no, he's not a punk, and his Journey, and then he's all, I don't do drugs, and he's like tripping out at me.
Alcohol is like, a fucking drug.
I didn't say anything about you, but apparently you have a guilty conscience because you're tripping out. When I wasn't even talking about you. We were talking about the kids.
How dare he ever talk shit on fucking Journey?
And then he's all talking about Clary's kids. That's his sister. And I love Clary. And I love her kids too. But those kids are freaking punks. You know what I mean? I mean, they're drinking and they're doing drugs and they're getting their girlfriends all pregnant and they're making baby after baby and they're living with their mom and they're not helping, and like, they're freaking worthless. Yeah, and I'm sitting here going, what the hell? And you're worried about these kids who are good kids who aren't doing stupid shit and aren't getting in trouble, you know, and they're
didn't drop
smart.
out of fucking school. Over a
helped
freaking
her.
120 IQ. Fucking Journey helped me put up drywall. Fucking drywall at 13 years old. He's helping me hang up drywall. But he's a punk?
Well, Stan's a punk. That's the whole thing, is that Stan has an issue. And today when we were in Walmart, because I took Zach to Walmart at 5 o'clock this morning, and he got to pick himself out some stuff for his birthday, but when we were at Walmart, we seen Anthony, who is Clary's husband.
Yeah, Anthony's chill.
And Anthony's like, oh, what's going on and stuff, and I told him what was going on, and he says, oh, how's Stan and you? And I was like, we're like 2 seconds from, and he's like, again? And I was like, you know, he's so mean. All the time, and he's got another DUI, and he wants to blame it on everybody except for himself. And Anthony says, I'm sorry, Trey. And I was like, thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. But you know, it really sucks because these people are supposed to be our family, and Stan is such a jerk. What's what?
It's his house. He lives there.
Robert he's doing good. He apparently really likes Stan, but you know what? Stan is really good at sucking up.
Yeah, he can brown nose with the best of them.
Yep, he's real good at making everybody believe that he's like the best guy on the whole entire planet.
Which makes him even more pissed off.
Yeah, me too, because he's probably saying that's behind his eyes.
Oh yeah, for sure he is. And you know what? He had everybody convinced that he's not drinking at all. He had everybody convinced that Trey's crazy, I don't drink that much, and all this kind of stuff. But you know what? The lady at the recycling center, she knows that he drinks that much, because she knows damn well I ain't drinking all that alcohol that I'm bringing in to recycle.
That's either him or me.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's ridiculous because, like, his mom, how I haven't drank in a long time, and then I go to this party, and right away I get pulled over and I'm in trouble, and now Trey's being rude to me and accusational, and like he got that word from me, right? Because that's what I was calling him when he was saying that I'm cheating on him and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I probably have more than anybody in this whole scenario here. I have more reason to not want to have anything to do with you than anyone. And I'm still here with your stupid ass. And you don't deserve for me to be here. So if I was you, being accusational towards me and making shit up. So now all of a sudden, now he's trying to use that word back at me, and he doesn't even know what it means, I don't think.
You keep on using that word. You don't think it means what you think it means.
You know, and then, like, last night, he wanted me to help him with his taxes. And so I was doing his taxes and stuff, and there's this really long code. It's like 18 characters. And every single time I got it put in, it would be expired already and have to start over. And so I asked him to please read it to me so I could just put it in quicker, you know, so it wouldn't expire before I got it done. And he's all trying to just tell it to me real fast, and I was like, you have to tell me whether it's a capital or a small letter. And so he's all, what? A capital, you know, a big letter. And he's all, oh, capital? Like, he can't even say capital right.
He's definitely a fucking dropout.
Yeah, you know what's really sad is that I know probably about 10 guys from Hilo that went to high school in Hilo and basically dropped in 10th grade and didn't really go to school. And then all of a sudden, the high school called them and said, oh, are you going to come pick up your diploma? Yeah, they didn't even have to go to class or nothing. They just gave them a diploma.
Well, yeah, because their freaking statistics were looking so damn bad. Looked like Ethiopia out here. I mean, Hawaii's got the lowest freaking averages for education. Standards are through the freaking floor.
Well, it's just high school, though. I mean, their elementary is really good, and their high school is just, I don't know. Like, in high school, the problem is that there's so much drugs and alcohol and other crap going on here.
Dude, you can't move 10 feet without smelling pot.
And parents who don't give a shit what their kids are doing, you know.
Yeah.
no discipline, total lack of discipline. It's really disgusting. And if there isn't a total lack of discipline, then it's complete over-discipline, which isn't that much better.
Yeah, you respond one way or the other.
I'm like, give your kid a good beating a couple times in his life and he'll be a good kid. Beat him too often and he'll be worthless, and don't beat him at all and he'll be worthless. So, and they're not allowing people to beat their kids at all anymore, so that's all just going to be worthless.
Yeah, like your son.
And then if their kids freaking do get beat up, then they're gonna make the parents look like crab asses, and so then that kid's gonna think they're abused, which means then they're gonna turn out to be shit too. So all the kids in this generation are just gonna be shit.
Don't worry, I'm sending most of them to Alpha Centauri. We won't have to deal with them for a few thousand years, and hopefully somebody figures out FTL before they get there.
Yep. I don't know. I don't think that it's that. Oh, and the kid that hit me. Oh, that kid that backed up to me. So his mother is standing there, and she's all glaring at me that it's completely my fault. And she's like, "Oh, you poor thing," like all talking to her son. And I'm like, "Great, another Stan growing up right here."
It's freaking great, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just like, wow. How about you tell the kid that he needs to open his fucking eyes and pay attention? How about you say to him, did you look? Did you try and look? Or anything? Nope, she didn't say a thing to him. She just stood there and was silent and just, poor thing.
Oh, poor thing you.
And then what did you do? She says to me. And I was like, I was making a left-hand turn when he backed into me.
Fucking kids these days.
Worthless people.
Yeah, I just wish it was a smaller percentage. Like 1% would be acceptable.
Yeah. Pretty freaking sad anyways, you know, the whole freaking scenario.
Yep, somebody needs to load back their old save and start over.
And the thing that sucks the worst is that, you know, this generation is the one that Zachariah is going to have to deal with when he's my age.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm planning on either being considered a deity or being the hell off this planet. I don't care which. They say in the land of blind people, the guy with one eye is king, right?
Sorry, that's just a saying. It's not necessarily true. Look who our president is. Come on.
Hey, that is the 37th sexiest white man to have ever been president.
No.
I don't think Donald Trump's actually that bad.
Noise, sorry.
I think he gets loaded down with a bunch of bad press.
I think Donald Trump is a
loudmouth, definitely. But
I think anybody that'd pay $1 million for their toupee is a wasteful person, but...
Oh, well...
You can't believe that shit. And if he's got the money and he's worked hard for it, wasn't given to him.
I mean, I totally believe he had sex with his daughter.
Oh, he did, and that's a bunch of bullshit. They're just... They're trying to do anything they can to get rid of him.
Well, it's not terribly working, is it?
Well, they haven't shot him yet.
Yeah.
I really like. He's done more than most presidents ever do.
Well, nobody's shot him yet, so I guess that's a sign.
Yeah.
Well,
Zach, will you move that palm frond and that palm frond, like, into the bushes? Park up there and stuff.
No, I don't want him to